In this lecture, we will address one of the most common confusion areas in Android automotive interviews: the difference between mobile Android, Android Auto, and Android Automotive OS. Many candidates know all three names, but fail to clearly explain how they differ in fundamentals. Interviewers use this topic as a quick filter to check system-level understanding. So we start with the most basic and important question: where does the software actually run? Mobile Android runs fully on the user's smartphone. All apps, services, and system components execute on the phone hardware. Android Auto also runs on the phone. This is a very important point. The car screen is only a projection target. The logic, apps, and processing stay on the phone. Android Automotive OS is completely different. It runs directly inside the vehicle, on the car's own infotainment hardware. No phone is required for the system to function. A simple and effective way to remember this is: mobile Android lives in your pocket. Android Auto lives on the phone but borrows the car display. Android Automotive OS lives inside the car itself. If you explain runtime location clearly like this, you already avoid the most common screening mistake. The next comparison dimension is the dependency model. This is closely related to runtime location, but interviewers expect you to explicitly call it out. Mobile Android is completely independent. It does not depend on a vehicle or any external system to operate. Android Auto is fully dependent on the phone. Without a connected and unlocked phone, Android Auto simply does not exist. The car alone cannot run Android Auto. Android Automotive OS has the opposite behavior. It is independent of the phone. The vehicle boots, Android Automotive boots, and core features like media, radio, navigation, vehicle settings, and climate controls work even when no phone is present. This is a very important nuance. Many candidates incorrectly say Android Automotive needs a phone for apps. That is incorrect. Phone integration is optional, not mandatory. Another subtle but important insight is reliability expectation. Because Android Automotive is independent, it must behave like an appliance. It must start every time the car starts, handle power loss, and recover gracefully. Android Auto can fail without affecting the car. This difference strongly influences design, testing, and validation. Now let us compare app installation and distribution, which is another frequent interview checkpoint. On mobile Android, apps are installed directly by the user, usually through the Play Store, with broad freedom and fast update cycles. On Android Auto, apps are still installed on the phone, not in the car. This is often misunderstood. The car never installs Android Auto apps. It only displays a projected interface controlled by the phone. On Android Automotive OS, apps are installed directly into the vehicle system. They may come from the Play Store for Automotive, an OEM app store, or be preloaded as system applications. App eligibility is strict. Only approved categories such as media, navigation, communication, and parked apps are allowed. A lesser-known but important insight is update cadence. Mobile apps may update weekly. Automotive apps often update slowly, sometimes only during vehicle OTA updates. This changes how developers plan releases, testing, and backward compatibility. Stating this difference clearly shows real-world automotive awareness. The final comparison area is system control and ownership, and this is often the deciding factor in interviews. Mobile Android is largely user-controlled. Users can install launchers, change defaults, and customize behavior within platform limits. Android Auto is primarily controlled by Google and the phone OS. The vehicle OEM has limited control because the system is projected from the phone. Android Automotive OS is fundamentally different. The OEM owns the system. The OEM controls system services, exposed APIs, UI behavior, and app availability. Even though it is Android, it is not a general-purpose platform. A lesser-known but critical insight is legal responsibility. Because Android Automotive interacts with vehicle functions, the OEM is legally responsible for failures. This is why restrictions are strict and customization is heavy. A strong interview summary sounds like this: mobile Android is user-centric. Android Auto is phone-centric. Android Automotive OS is vehicle-centric and OEM-owned. Explaining this clearly helps candidates avoid common screening mistakes and demonstrates senior-level understanding.